Namaste, io sono AceTheBrave e benvenuti all'ultimo episodio di Kingdom Come Deliverance. Cosa sta succedendo? E vai! Abbiamo riconquistato il nostro posticino.
Sir, we should give the order.
Let's see if Istvan Toth can worm his way out of this one.
Don't tempt fate, Hanush.
Istvan! It's over! You want us to come and get you?
I wouldn't advise that. Your friend Divish wants to see his wife alive again.
And Sir Radzik? Are both hostages unharmed?
For now, Hanush, unless circumstances change.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. My guest is also safe and sound, but he's also quite keen to go home. I imagine you feel the same way. It's been a long time since you warmed yourself at your own hearth.
I'm in no hurry. I've plenty of supplies here, grand view and excellent company. What more could I want?
Your freedom!
Freedom? Freedom to get an arrow in the back?
Sir, you're all noblemen here. All bound by honor. I give you my word as a knight and lord, and that of my companions. If you release Lady Stephanie and Sir Radzig, you may leave the castle with your men and go on your way unharmed.
And just how far will we get? What good will it do me if your men attack us in the woods instead of here?
If you give me your word of honor that you will leave and never return, I promise you safe passage to the boundary of this fiefdom. What happens after that is up to you and the will of God Almighty.
Very well then, but I want a small safeguard. I'll give you her ladyship. But Radzig comes with me. I'll release him in Skalitz.
Out of the question! Is our word not good enough for you?
Is mine not good enough for you? I swear I'll release him when I get to a safe distance.
I'll go with him, Hanush. Let the Lady Stephanie have her freedom now.
Father!
Don't worry, son. I trust Lord Toth's self-interest more than his word. He wouldn't be fool enough to harm me.
If you're certain, Radzig.
Prepare horses and supplies, and tell your men to pull back. We'll come down.
You heard him. Get to work. And any man who breaks this truce answers to me.
So, are you really going to let them go?
My word is my bond, Henry.
He's a cutthroat and a liar. Good men are dead because of him. What's to stop us from skewering him as soon as he sets foot outside?
Our honor.
If you let him go, he'll do the same again. Or worse.
God's justice will find him. And then, you'll get a taste of my mace.
If we break our word of honor, we have none. And without honor, we are nothing. Never fear. Your father will be all right.
We'll hunt down those vermin yet.
Bring the horses.
Per l'onore, stiamo facendo tutto per
Here she
l'onore.
is, as I promised. Not a hair on her head harmed.
Divish,
Ok, e lei l'abbiamo salvata.
forgive me, husband. I'm sorry
For what?
for letting them into the castle.
Come now, my dear. You're not to blame.
I didn't know who he was. He said he was your friend.
Never mind. Did he hurt you?
No.
I hope your word can be trusted.
Certainly more than yours.
If everything goes as agreed, I'll set Radzig free in Skalitz. If anyone tries to follow us,
Ha la mia spada.
We won't.
Ha la mia spada ancora.
My apologies for keeping you from your father, but you'll see each other soon enough. Oh, I almost forgot.
Sì, eccola lì.
Your sword. I expect you'll want it back after all the trouble you went to. Actually, you know what? I think I'll keep it. As a memento.
This isn't over. I'll find you.
No.
I look forward to it.
Non ditemi che è solo il primo e ci sarà un finale aperto per il secondo capitolo.
Quick! To the battlements! We have to see which way they go! Oh, they really are heading for Scallops. Mount up, Henry.
You've heard what he'll do if we follow them.
We're not going to follow them. We just have to collect your father. Or do you want him to walk back here when they release him?
Mi sa che è un finale aperto. Vabbè. Magari il prossimo gioco sarà Kingdom Come e poi 2 punti e un altro nome. Tipo Revenge o roba del genere. Electric Boogaloo. Raggiungi tuo padre a cavallo, quindi vediamo di andare fino in fondo.
Not long ago I only made plans 3 days ahead at most. Maybe I really...
Adesso ci parliamo, tranquillo.
What do you think? Will Toth keep his word?
He's a noble, right?
Yes. So am I.
Sir Radzig will be there.
Ok. Quindi parliamo di onore medievale.
How long have we known each other? A few weeks?
Something like that.
Before that?
Sto vedendo se c'è qualcosa da indossare, da possiamo mangiare fino a scoppiare. Ah no, sto scartando le cose. Ok.
Same difference, you silly bugger.
Yeah.
The way you found Toth,
Yeah.
sneaking into Brannick all on your own. Well, what I mean is, hats off to you, Hal. You wouldn't catch me doing that.
Truth is, I didn't think much about it. I just felt I had to do it.
O forse c'era qualcuno che mi comandava, tipo un giocatore in un videogioco.
What should I say to him?
Don't worry, it'll come to you. You'll see.
Bentornato, papino.
I just hope he'll be there. Alive.
Chiedigli la paghetta, se no appena lo becchi. Quindi ci attraversiamo tutta la mappa. Si sembra o sembra una cosa prima della fine dell'ultimo combattimento, oppure potrebbe essere una cosa tipo ci troviamo col nostro padre e finisce il gioco. E Toth rimane il cattivo da inseguire nel prossimo episodio, nel prossimo gioco. Vedremo.
There's no sign of them. Move on. There! I'm glad to see Ishban kept his word, sir.
Not half as glad as I am, Your Grace.
Well, we kept our word too. And now Toth has had his head start and he's fair game. Which way do they go?
To the north, but I would be careful, Sir Hans.
Fear not, Your Grace. I've twice as many men as he. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure the two of you have a lot to say to each other. Let's go!
Ok, abbiamo salvato Radzig. Sembra un finale buono.
Are you alright, Father?
I am. They treated me quite decently. Although they did steal my horse, so I'll have to go back on foot.
It looks like it's all over.
Not by a long shot. It won't be over until we get this mess.
Secondo gioco.
How could we let him go?
Would you rather we killed him? Even if it meant Lady Stephanie and I died too?
No, of course not. But what was to stop us from killing him after the exchange?
Honor?
Honor?
If the word of honor of a nobleman could not be trusted, then he would never have agreed to the exchange.
Where's the honor in abandoning your son?
You know how it is. We were young. It happened. And I couldn't marry a commoner. Then your father, Martin, came along and took care of both of you.
He knew it.
What? That I was your father? Certainly. He was a great man. He took you as his own. And always kept an eye on you. Of that you can be sure.
I know so little about his past.
He told you nothing? Oddly enough, even though you don't have his blood, you're very like him. When he was around your age, he became bored of his trade and set out to see the world. He lived through many adventures, even fought in a war.
In a war?
Yes, in Poland, I believe. And I don't think he cared much for it.
That's why he wanted me to stay at home.
He spent some time in Prague, then settled in Kuttenberg. But it seems he quarreled with someone there and finally ended up here. You know the rest.
I loved him, but even so, I somehow always had a feeling I didn't quite fit in.
It was in your blood, I suppose.
I lost the one thing I had left from him. Your sword.
Ah. The sword. It's not my sword. It's yours. For a moment there, it was so near, yet so far. Oh, well, it can't be helped.
It was almost within my grasp, but just then I had something else on my mind.
Well, I think we may yet have a chance to get it back. This business with Toth is not yet over, unfortunately.
That's a chance I'd welcome. Not just to get the sword, but that bastard Istvan too. And then I'll find that German whoreson who torched Skalitz, and I'll slay him with it. I'll never forget his face. Or his name. Markwart von Aulitz.
Those are noble intentions, son. But don't forget there are other things in this world that are worth living for.
Like what?
Look around you. Blue skies overhead, green grass underfoot, beautiful girls. Good wine, a few good friends, and a fine steed under your backside. Those are things worth living for. Now, I can't deny that swine who killed your mother must pay for what he did. But it's better not to dwell too much on that at the cost of those other things. On the subject of steeds, I think we'll have to ride like the Knights Templar.
How's that?
2 up. One day I'll tell you how they got their seal. You can take the front.
Come I Templari.
It's like I always imagined it would be, teaching my boy to ride. Although it would be better if you were a little smaller. My word, it's all go today, isn't it? I wonder who this is.
I think I know. It's Margrave Jobst.
The king's cousin? I wonder what he wants. I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Ok. Finale. Ah, ok. Titolo di coda. Boom. Va bene. Che musica c'è di sottofondo? Vabbè, comunque facciamo un po' di recensione di questo gioco. Finale banale, sinceramente. Allora, che dire di questo gioco? La storia non è che sia granché, in realtà è abbastanza standard, nel senso che c'è sta spada da inseguire per tutto quanto il gioco e alla fine non siamo neanche riusciti a ottenerla, quindi vuol dire che ci dovrà essere un seguito. Si parla spesso di Gutenberg, di Praga, quindi saranno luoghi che probabilmente faranno parte del seguito e probabilmente ci sarà qualcosa post crediti quando andremo a parlare con gli host. Musica metal epica sotto a caso. Vabbè, ok, abbastanza fuori posto anche. Però perché dire di questo let's play? Let's play molto interessante, mi dispiace sempre dal punto di vista tecnico che sia iniziato molto bene e sia finito così. Non ho avuto modo di sistemare niente fondamentalmente per poter fare in modo che questo gioco potesse essere fluido quanto volessi. E tra l'altro, appunto, come vi ho già spiegato, in realtà il mio computer riesce a tenere questo e ben altro, ma questo qua a quanto pare non è che sia sistemato tantissimo. Sotto musica metal abbastanza fuori posto, devo dire. Diciamo che per essere un gioco indie la Warhorse si è messa d'impegno per fare qualcosa, e effettivamente è una cosa che riscontro in abbastanza giochi indie. Iniziano benissimo, ma poi tra il fatto che ci sono pochi soldi per poter finire il gioco eccetera, hanno la chiusura del gioco fatta abbastanza in fretta. Mi è capitato di vederla in tanti altri giochi del genere, in cui c'è una roadmap definita e a un certo punto la parte finale viene compressa tantissimo per fare tutto più in fretta possibile e cercare di rispettare la deadline. Se avesse avuto qualcosina in più di testing e magari un finale, non so bene, un finale più aperto, un finale più chiuso, perché in realtà questo è proprio un modo per dire sì, stiamo per fare Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 o Kingdom Come Electric Boogaloo, come l'ho chiamato prima. È proprio, ok, è proprio cult metal, ok, quindi proprio black metal fuori posto completamente. E appunto ci sono tanti personaggi a proposito di questo, tipo Markvart, che diventerà il cattivone del prossimo gioco, eccetera eccetera. E sembra più appunto una richiesta di aiuto a un grande publisher del tipo: ok, noi abbiamo fatto questo gioco qua, se volete fare il prossimo gioco noi ci mettiamo impegno a realizzarlo, ma i soldini li dà un editore un po' più grande che potrebbe acquistare i diritti di questo gioco. Sembra una lettera aperta, insomma, a una cosa di questo tipo. Che dire d'altro? Le meccaniche sono molto interessanti. Come dicevo, dal punto di vista del combattimento è molto ispirato con le regole del HIMA o Historical. Sinceramente non mi ricordo come si dice, cosa stia a significare. Comunque martial art, arti marziali medievali, più o meno storicamente accurate, ecco. E quindi dal punto di vista del corpo a corpo, dell'utilizzo della spada, sono molto molto interessanti. No real animal were armed, ok, va bene. Warhorse Dog, c'è anche Genic, uno dei personaggi, appunto, interessante dal punto di vista della accuratezza storica per quanto riguarda il modo di combattere, ma effettivamente quando si scopre che l'arco è 100 volte migliore, con quella cosa lì si fa veramente veramente prima. Grazie anche al team italiano, il general manager e tutti quanti quelli dell'Italian Marketing che hanno potuto pubblicare e girare e tradurre anche questo gioco in italiano. E che cosa di bello ancora di questo gioco? Dal punto di vista dell'ambientazione mi è piaciuto molto, perché in realtà questo periodo storico e questo periodo storico si concentra molto di più sul parlare del Sacro Romano Impero centrale e di quello che succede quando lo studiamo a scuola, di parlare di quello che succede più nel centro Europa più che nella zona della Boemia, che è una zona abbastanza che ha vissuto nella storia abbastanza cambiamenti, molti cambiamenti, mentre più o meno appunto quando si formano le grandi nazioni dell'Europa rimangono sempre quelle. L'Italia è sempre un casino, ma perché è sempre un casino dall'inizio alla fine, ma anche questa zona qua è molto variabile, appunto, con Repubblica Ceca, Polonia, la Germania, i pezzettini che vengono, che una volta sono da una parte e una volta che sono dall'altra, ci sono le piccole contee, quindi c'è veramente di tutto e di più. Vi consiglio anche, c'è un bellissimo, se volete approfondire un po' la storia di questi luoghi, c'è un bellissimo documentario che però è in tedesco ma è sottotitolato, di un ragazzo che ha proprio visitato i luoghi di Kingdom Come Deliverance, dove si vede appunto tutte le zone che sono state riprodotte all'interno del gioco, si vede il monastero di Sassau e tanto altro, quindi complimenti appunto a Deep Silver e a Koch Media e alla Warhol Studio che ha creato questo gioco. Questo è Kingdom Come Deliverance. Questa musica di sottofondo la trovo abbastanza inappropriata, però in generale la colonna sonora del gioco è anche abbastanza carina e interessante. Vediamo cosa succede dopo? Che dite? Clicchiamo chiudi? Ah, ok, c'è un seguito.
Doing well, son.
Father.
Come now. You know who sired you.
That doesn't matter now. I miss you, Amar. I miss you very much.
You'll be fine. We're proud of you.
For what? I let you down. I lost the sword. I let that bastard get away.
Don't be so hard on yourself. There was nothing you could have done to save us. And someone has to live and carry the torch. As for the sword, it's just a thing.
You didn't want me fighting. Now look at me.
Standing up to evil isn't the same as sowing its seeds. You did what was right. I have to leave you now.
Oh, please.
You know I can't stay.
Will I ever see you again?
God knows. Make her proud.
Don't go.
Don't go. No.
What on earth were you dreaming about? I couldn't wake you, and it's well past dawn. Sir Radzik wants you at the upper castle. The lords are in council with Jobst.
Right. I'll go straight away.
Prevedo un'esposizione lunghissima adesso di cosa succederà nel prossimo gioco.
What is it?
It's just... I don't know how to address you anymore. All of a sudden you're Sir Radzig's son, hobnobbing with lords and ladies. And here's me, as common as muck.
Oh, give over, you idiot. Do I look like a lord to you?
Not really. You're as much a lord as I am a nun. And I've never looked good in a habit.
Get out of here! Or I'll have you clapped in the stocks.
Belli i pantaloni, uno per sorte. la sacralità di un giuramento. Abbiamo completato la missione, siamo di nuovo, quindi possiamo ancora andare in giro. Andiamo un po'. Epilogo, missione avviata. Dobbiamo semplicemente andare a parlare con il nostro personaggino. Abbiamo un caricamento enorme, lunghissimo. Siamo vestiti completamente diversi. Vai al castello superiore in modo da incontrare Tot. Quindi Jobst, non Tot. Vai al castello superiore. Vediamo di andare di qua. Così possiamo passare. Non è là la torretta? O sì? No, credo di andare di qua in realtà. C'è ancora il mio cavallo, sì. Il mio bellissimo cavallo. Aiuto. Ci passiamo di qua? Dai, è l'ultima volta che ci passiamo di questi posticini. Quindi in realtà adesso io potrei fare quello che voglio all'interno del mondo, andare in giro, fare casino e fare quello che voglio. Sto cercando di passare in un posto assurdo, ma va bene. Mamma mia quanto scatta adesso il gioco. Ok, giustamente un'ultima caduta prima dell'epilogo ci sta.
Jesus, look where you're going.
Effettivamente adesso c'è il tempo di poter fare tutte le missioni secondarie che non abbiamo fatto o quello che è, ma le abbiamo praticamente fatte tutte, quindi andiamocene pure qui.
Oh, Hal. Are you going to the meeting with Margrave Jobst as well?
I am. What about Istvan? I assume...
That we didn't catch him? No. Because if we had, you'd be the first one to know. Have no fear. We'll get him eventually.
I hope you're right. Anyway, let's go and see what Jobst wants from us.
Caricamento. Madonna quanti caricamenti sto finale qua. Beh, ve li lascio perché così potete avere un'idea di quanto ci mette.
My lords, Christ's blessings on you all.
And on you, Lord Capon.
And this is my son, Henry.
I didn't know you had a son, Sir Redzig.
It came as a bit of a surprise to young Henry, too.
This gentleman here is John II of Liechtenstein, a member of my council.
I'm honored, gentlemen.
Come join us. Margrave Jobst was just about to tell us the reason for his visit. Your Grace?
I'm sure we're
Exposition.
all agreed that all this unrest must come to an end. This kingdom needs a king.
Question is, which
Mama?
king?
My cousin, Wenceslas IV, who is being held in captivity.
I have to confess, my lord, that your answer surprises me a little. If I'm correctly informed, until recently you sided with your other cousin, Sigismund.
That I cannot deny, and I have always stated my position plainly. But times have changed.
How have they changed, Your Grace?
Sir, there is one thing on which we undoubtedly concur. That King Wenceslas, unfortunately, did not inherit his father's gift for governing.
E fin lì
Sadly,
c'eravamo.
his failures have cost Bohemia, the nobles, and our whole Luxembourg family a great deal of money and effort.
How did the king let it go so far, damn it?
It's in his temperament. He cares only for wine, women, and the hunt. A king, in fact, who never wanted to be king.
Then why didn't he just let his brother have the crown?
Young sir, the crown weighs heavy when there are duties to be performed, but to surrender it means giving up great privileges too.
But he did surrender power to his brother. When things started getting out of hand, Wenceslas appealed to Sigismund for help in restoring order.
What, you're saying Wenceslas has invited him here?
This is starting to make my head spin.
Actually, it makes sense when you think about it. Sigismund wanted to re-establish the power of the whole House of Luxembourg. He thought if he helped Wenceslas win the imperial crown, in return his brother would help him become the king of the Romans, and leave the actual reign of Bohemia and the empire to him. Sigismund would govern, while Wenceslas could carry on doing what he was best at, enjoying the life of the imperial court.
Why wasn't Wenceslas crowned Holy Roman Emperor long ago? He was already elected king of the Romans. All he had to do was go and let the Pope put the damn imperial crown on his head.
Who knows? Maybe he'd prefer hunting and consorting with bathhouse wenches to spending time with the Pope.
Well, so would I must admit.
Sigismund's plan seemed sound enough, but it didn't quite work out, did it?
It worked for a while. He and his brother reached an agreement. Sigismund took over administration of the kingdom and began planning Wenceslas's journey to Rome for the imperial coronation. But then Wenceslas realized he would just be a puppet with a crown.
I must say, Margrave Jobst, Wenceslas and Prokop behave rather like naughty children in need of a good clout about the ears.
Sigismund would agree. He was already planning his rule of Bohemia, and all of a sudden, the rug was pulled from under him. I'd say he lost his patience and decided he'd drag Wenceslas to the coronation kicking and screaming if he had to. Just like a naughty child, as you say.
So he abducted him and your brother Prokop too, if I heard correctly.
Correct.
And you helped him do it, if I heard correctly.
Yes, your graces, it's true. I was there when Sigismund abducted Prokop. I thought everything could somehow be settled, that we could make my brother see sense. But Sigismund just wanted to put an end to the dispute once and for all, whatever the cost. There was nothing I could do to stop him. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. The worst of it is that it was all for nothing. Instead of putting a stop to the revolt, it escalated it, and the result is this chaos we have today.
That's true enough, sir. But I must admit now, I'm not sure what your position is. The king is incompetent, but we must protect him?
The simple truth, gentlemen, is that for all of Wenceslas's faults, we have no one else.
So we'll have to make do with his idleness.
People like him, though.
But what can we do now? Sigismund has the League of Lords behind him. Otto von Bergholf, Heinrich von Rosenberg.
The situation has gotten completely out of control. Now even the nobles of the League of Lords are realizing that Sigismund wasn't the right choice.
So now Bergholf is on your side. Are we to assemble an army together with him and face Sigismund on the field of battle?
We're not in Hungary now. Such affairs may be settled elegantly, without unnecessary hostilities or expenses. I have negotiated an alliance with the Hungarian bishops, the Polish, and of course the Czech nobility, against Sigismund. Every day he is losing the ground under his feet, and that's why I need your help too.
What kind of help, though? Sigismund has a massive army, and Rosenberg, Berghof, and Prague are behind him. Do you have an army you could face him with?
But that's not what I mean at all. There's been a revolt against Sigismund in Hungary, partly due to my efforts, and now he'll have to choose whether he wants to gain the Bohemian crown, which is a very risky enterprise, or hold on to the Hungarian one. He can't have both. And there's a tough struggle awaiting him in Hungary. I'm not sure he'll win, and Rosenberg and Berghof know it too. They're not stupid. If the Bohemian nobility stands together, they will turn.
We are men of little consequence, Margrave. Radzig here lost everything because of his alliance with Wenceslas. Sir Divish came within a hair of the same fate. Even Rattay is defenseless against Sigismund and the League of Lords.
What's more, your grace, King Wenceslas languishes in captivity in Vienna. He can't rule too well from there.
And what do you propose? To sit with your arms folded till the Bohemian lands are turned to ashes like scarlets? We have to put a stop to this senseless war.
And do you know, sir, what the true position of the League of Lords is?
I'm not on the best of terms with them at this moment, so you'll have to ask them yourselves.
Yes. Why not? I'll go and visit Bergov at his castle and we'll see what he tells me.
You know, that's not such a bad idea, young sir.
True. Though a little risky.
I doubt Bergov would harm a blue-blooded envoy. And you can find out what he has to say about developments and what the League of Lords is planning. Then we'll decide what to do next.
I'll help you compose a letter to him.
I'd like Henry to come with me.
Why not? He's proven himself an able investigator, and he'll also be a good bodyguard if anything should happen.
And I'll send Sir John here to Kuttenberg to be my eyes and ears there. I believe both your reports will help us get a better grip on the situation.
When can you set out?
Just as soon as I've packed my things.
Excellent. Margrave Jobst and I will draft a letter. Get ready, and we'll meet back here.
Ok, a parte l'esposizione enorme di nomi, luoghi, eccetera, eccetera, a quanto pare abbiamo una missione nuova? Forse ho capito come finirà, cioè dobbiamo uscire dalla mappa.
That makes two of us. If I didn't know anything about Jobst, I'd say he's right and absolutely truthful. But I've heard too much about him already.
Likewise. But I do feel he's the one with the best chance to put things right.
Due cose in sottofondo contemporaneamente, vabbè.
We'll see what we learn from Bergov. If the League of Lords stands with Sigismund, then our chances pale, in spite of everything Jobst said.
We shall see. We shall see. So, it looks like you're off on a mission.
Yes, I can't wait.
I don't want to dampen your spirits, my boy, but watch out. These are evil times, and who knows what can happen along the way. Not to mention that Bergov is no saint.
Don't worry.
I know. You've shown you can fend for yourself, but do take care. You'll be traveling as Lord Capon's bodyguard. You'll be there to make sure nothing untoward happens to him. Keep your eyes peeled and your ears wide open. What Bergov tells you is one thing, but what you see may be quite another.
Rest assured, Father.
And don't get embroiled in anything else. Just hand over the letter, hear out his reply, and return.
Yes.
Very well. Bergov is at Trotsky Castle. I think you'll find it quite an eye-opener. It's one of the finest castles in the land. It's 3 days' ride from here, so unless you hit a snag along the way, you'll be back soon enough. Any questions?
Nope. Ho ricevuto abbastanza esposizione fino adesso.
Very well. Take the letter from Sir Hanush. And...
È diventato Hanush adesso, no Hanush. Ma cosa sta succedendo a sto gioco adesso? Errori in quantità assurda.
I believe we have written it well, gentlemen.
Without a doubt. No one could deduce from this whether we are Sigismund's allies or foes.
I must travel back to Brno now, but soon I will go to Brandenburg and I will stop
Brandenburg,
here.
Brno.
By then, Sir Capon should be back and we can discuss how to proceed.
Right. Before you leave, my lord, there is one thing that gives me no rest. Why did Sigismund come as a foe? It makes no sense.
If I may, sir, I think I can explain.
Oh, please enlighten us, young sir.
I live not far from Hungary, where Sigismund reigns. It is a savage country, and the constant war with the Turks has hardened the people. They need a monarch with an iron hand. So when Sigismund felt the wind of revolt, he reacted as he would at home. Only what works on the Hungarian nobles does not work here in Bohemia.
Bringing order is one thing, but slaughtering and pillaging with a horde of barbarians quite another. What purpose does that serve?
But Sigismund did give the Bohemian nobles a chance to take his side. It was only when they refused his ultimatum that he lost patience and took to the sword.
As for the barbarians, he could afford nothing better. The Hungarian nobility would gain nothing from joining his campaign in Bohemia. He didn't have enough coin for a regular army, and so he recruited the Cumans. What he does not pay them, they make up for in plunder.
But in the end, he didn't have enough to even satisfy the Cumans. That's why he raided Gutenberg and Skalitz. He wanted the silver.
That makes sense.
My lords, how's the letter coming along?
It's done.
Then we can be on our way.
Now remember what we said, boy. All you have to do is deliver the letter, listen to the answer, and come back here. Don't provoke Berghoff in any way.
Provoke? Me? Never, Uncle. We'll be back in a few days. Farewell, your graces. Come, Henry, my men are waiting.
I wish you Godspeed.
Ok, abbiamo una nuova missione da fare, ma sto finale così con tutti sti errori, ste cose, vabbè. 85 groschen addirittura. È un altro livello principale. Congratulazioni, hai completato gli eventi della storia principale. Se desideri puoi ancora affrontare le missioni secondarie, tutte le attività, oppure limitarti a esplorare il mondo del gioco. Potrai completare l'avventura di qualsiasi momento unendoti alla squadra di Sir Capon. Direi che anche basta con questo gioco. Andiamo?
Are you wishing you stayed home at Ratai instead of joining in our nighttime venture?
You must be joking. I haven't had so much fun since... actually ever.
Really? Despite being wounded? Actually, you missed the best part. When I was hauling you like a sack of grain to the battlements dead to the world.
It can't have been that much fun if I fell asleep. But you might have handled me a bit more gently. I'm black and blue all over.
Oh, all right then. Next time I'll just leave you to Istvan's tender mercies.
Nonsense. What would you do without me? Still, thank you for hauling me out of there.
Anything for you, my lord.
Take care.
Ok, quindi stiamo... Dopo che non ci siamo cagati per 3/4 del gioco, adesso siamo diventati migliori amici con Sir Capon.
Henry, I'm glad you came.
Vabbè, vediamo di partire insieme a lui, dai.
So, can we set off now, Henry?
Of course. I can't wait.
So, to horse! The Lord of Berghoff is bound to be waiting us eagerly. So, how is life as a highborn bastard?
I'm getting used to it.
What about Rodzig? Has he accounted for not owning up to you the whole time?
He explained it. All will be well, I think.
Glad to hear it. It's far more acceptable for a nobleman to befriend a noble bastard than a blacksmith's son.
Mind you, don't come to blows with a blacksmith, my young lord. What do you think about Sir Jobst and his plan?
Well, I admit all the scheming has me a little lost. I thought Sigismund was the devil, Wenceslas a martyr, those on his side the heroes, and those against him the villains. I believed we'd rescue the king and all would be well again, but now it looks a lot more complicated.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't expect the noble lords to be as noble as the angels, but I hadn't expected such a sewer. They behave like children.
I can't fathom how after all this backstabbing they're somehow still on speaking terms.
I don't know either. Beggars belief.
Did you know that King Wenceslas is such a
Feckless drunkard? Not really. And to be honest, I'm not sure I wanted to know. I slept better believing my fate was watched over by a wise and powerful monarch.
So did I.
What a dismal world when you can't keep trusting your own king.
On the other hand, times were better with him here than with him gone.
Isn't that the truth?
What do you think of Sigismund?
If I were him, I'd have had enough of my brother even sooner.
But he's a monster. Look at what those hordes of his are getting up to here. What he did in Skalitz.
True enough. On the other hand, if Wenceslas and Prokop hadn't come across him, none of this would have happened.
No one forced him to burn Skalitz.
That's a fact. But he couldn't let them shit all over him either. Not that I'm defending him.
He's a weasel.
No doubt about that.
Do you know anything about Prokop?
Ha! Sir Hanush could tell you a thing or two about him.
Why?
Last winter, a certain Sir Jan Sokol of Lamberg, a well-known knight, or robber baron to some, tried to occupy the city of Iglau, which was on the orders of none other than Prokop.
And what has that got to do with Hanush?
Well, he was there with him. Of course, that's not something to brag about in front of Jobst.
And what was it all about?
They wanted to occupy a city that was on the side of the League of Lords, but despite
Good
there
day,
being
Henry.
several hundred strong, they didn't take it. For one thing, they couldn't get past the Iglau women, with their pitchforks and cauldrons of hot water.
I would never have thought of Sir Hanush as such a rebel. And have you heard anything about Rupert of the Palatinate?
A little. He can't manage even to wrest power from a king who doesn't much care for ruling and isn't fighting back. That doesn't seem like a man who has what it takes to rule. And that's all I need to know.
And that Berghoff we're going to see, do you know anything about him?
I haven't heard much good about him, but I have a feeling that some other nobles are quite in awe of him.
Yeah.
And what about the League of Lords?
Wealthy, pompous. The king doesn't seem to like them much. He's chosen to let the lesser ranks of the nobility into his circle, men like your father. I admit I don't blame him one bit. But the lords weren't happy about their lost influence, so they put their foot down. If I were Wenceslas, I'd have let them hang after they abducted me the first time. But he gave them seats at the provincial council. Little wonder they're back in their old tricks.
Yeah.
You there! Stop! Surrender! You've committed a violation. You're under arrest.
You call that combat? Bring it on.
Veniamo inseguiti dal tipo che non è tanto contento. Vabbè, c'è uno che ce l'ha con noi oggi. Abbiamo il finale con una delle guardie che è incazzata con me.
You're dead.
Yeah.
Ce ne stiamo andando? Sì, stiamo uscendo dalla mappa pian pianino. Intanto c'è quello che ci segue a piedi che non ci vuole attaccare. Se stiamo fermi cosa succede?
Bring it on. Giving up already.
Ah, ok, mi tira giù da cavallo allora. E quindi? Non posso tirare la freccia a lui. Vabbè, fermiamoci a pagare una multa come ultima cosa del gioco. Abbiamo pagato una multa come ultima cosa del gioco. Va bene, finale sul divertente. Abbiamo seguito Capon. Siamo arrivati alla fine. E vediamo di uscire dalla mappa allora. Grazie per avermi dato il cretino come ultima cosa. Quindi? Ah, devo seguirlo anche all'accampamento.
How about it, Henry? Can we go? Are you ready for this?
Andiamo.
Of course. At last I'll get to see more of the country and have a bit of an outing.
Quite. Let's get to it then. I finally have the feeling we're doing something worthwhile. We're helping to save the king.
Instead of saving his drunken majesty, I'd rather find that whoreson who murdered my parents, get the sword back from him, and skewer him with it.
Grazie per aver dato il tuo intento.
Get your chance one day, and it won't be long in coming. Forward, men! Audentes fortuna juvat!
Audentes fortuna juvat! Fine. Molto banale purtroppo questo episodio, mi dispiace perché è strapieno di esposizione, finale del gioco, ci vediamo al prossimo gioco eccetera eccetera, ma non c'è scritto fine, dovrebbe essere scritto continuo a sto punto. Peccato, perché mi aspettavo un finale un pochino più finale effettivamente, anche se c'è un seguito. E non un cliffhanger enorme come questo. Ci vediamo quindi al prossimo let's play che trovate sul canale. Ci vediamo domani. Questo slot verrà occupato da un altro let's play, non preoccupatevi, sarà molto interessante per tutti voi. Ci vediamo, io sono AceTheBrave. Namaste and be brave.